Navman have sent me this, the MiVue PRO 4K dashcam. Let's get to unboxing it and sticking it on the windscreen and having a test. Probably should have done this. First of all, let's have a read through what is in the box. It says, these boxes are really good, nice high quality box. It's got 2160p recording, ultra high definition 4K. This is going to be a cracker. Now you can see I've got my Sensor XL up here. I'm going to take that off because we don't need it. So you get a sticker, an invisible sticker, some important information, a quick start guide, and as I suspected, I'm just going to put this down here on the bag, this clear piece of stuff that sticks to the windscreen, and then the camera sticks to that. So I don't know why they're doing that, but I'm told it's for stability, etc. They also give you a very long cord, so it's the same length as the one that I've got here, so let's pull that out of the way. And it fits just down here. There's a 12-volt plug. So I'll fit this into there. What I'm going to do is do this as you watch. Some people have said to me, well, it's obviously going to be a lot more difficult than you make it out to be. It isn't, and I've not tested a dash cam yet that didn't work straight out of the box. So I'll hang that around there like so in preparation. Okie dokie, let's now have a look at the camera because that's what you're all waiting for. Here is my mount. This is interesting. Oh, how fascinating. So there's a separate mounting piece and okay, this is my first look at this camera and I'm really looking forward to it. What an absolute babe. Wow. Now you'll see that there's two slots up the top, and that's because this does come with a dual camera, so a rear camera if you want it. And it's a really nice looking camera. Let's peel this bit of plastic off. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. It's so small, it's so light. And you can see on the front there's a couple of buttons. Use this camera. There's a couple of buttons. The swivel camera, and don't forget to pull a little bit of plastic off the camera, and it is ready to go. So let's open that. I always have so much trouble with these. Okie dokie, and word to the wise, don't do this in the car, because if you drop it in the car, it can be really difficult to find. So let's put that away in there. Now I know what you're going to say. This is an awful lot of faffing around to put a dash cam in, and I agree with you, but the end result is like you only do this once for most people. I don't. Okie dokie. Now they all look the same, so that's all my stuff put aside, the box and all the instructions and so forth. Now I'm going to peel this off very carefully, and I'm going to try and place it where I want it to go first go. All right. I have pre-cleaned my windscreen. Let's peel that off. And this is kind of one of those goopy, gluey backs. It will come off without. Okay. There we go. Right. And also you can see here where I've got the little plastic piece attached to the windscreen and then the 3M mount over the top. Also, I did find, where is it? I did find the SD card it had pinged off onto the seat, so it must have bounced on the dashboard. So my advice to you is, if you want to get the information off this, take the whole camera off, as I've done. So, all right, there we go. Wow, that was some effort. Okay, now plug that in at the top. No. Okie dokie, so that will start up in a minute. Just make sure the camera's pointing down. Now, keep in mind, it's meant to be up here at the top, and it doesn't really matter which side it goes on so long as it's right outside your field of view. But that's just where I personally like them. You can't put it on this stippling stuff, the kind of dotty paint, and if you do have a strip across the top of your windscreen of, you know, that green stuff like from the 70s, make sure the lens is below that. Now you can see that this is set and it's started to record, and there's a few things about this that are amazing. First, you've got to make sure that you have the right card. Now, they give you a 32 gig card with it. If you get the dual cam version, a 64 gig card comes with it. They've been tested to fast read and write, and they've been tested to extreme temperatures. Because remember, this is a dash cam and it could be sitting in 60 or 70 degrees C days. And you don't want it, A, to come off the windscreen, and B, you don't want the SD card to fail. On the subject of SD cards, one of the biggest returns, one of the biggest faults people have with these systems is the fact that there's corrupt files. And the product manager told me that the reason that is that the card was taken out before the file was written. This writes to the card every 2 seconds, and I think they're about 1 or 2 minute chunks. It's using 265 compression, which means the files are kind of half the size of 264, which is what I usually produce my videos in. And the other thing is the video footage that I show you will be in 1080p, not 4K. So, disclaimer. The voice recognition works really well, and I tried that yesterday, and what it does, as I said before, is move the whole file into a separate folder where it can't be overwritten. Now, in order to do that, you can connect to the Wi-Fi app, which I did last night. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, MiVue Pro, there we go. So here's the app. There it is. Now, I can connect to the camera via Wi-Fi, but this is connected to my Bluetooth and my Apple CarPlay. Once you switch to Apple CarPlay, it goes by Wi-Fi, so you know you can't use your phone for that. And also, you can't connect to the Navman while it's recording, so it stops recording to connect to Wi-Fi. So if you saw a pretty scenery or whatever, you could put it on social or whatever straight away. The other thing is that you can do things like live view, and you can look at your SD card. You can look at the health of your SD card. I didn't even know that was a thing. Now this is telling me that it wants to connect to that, but I'm not going to let it because there's no need. We're just going to get underway. Now you can see the Navman has brought up a traffic cam warning. I've got all of the warnings turned off. They are very intrusive. The audio warnings are very intrusive, and especially the speed warnings, because it's GPS based. So this currently has a GPS signal. And the problem with it is that it's not very accurate. And even the ones that are built in cars are not very accurate. It could be giving you details of a road 200 meters away. And this frequently gives me, driving down my little quiet street, details of the Eastern Distributor, which is one of Sydney's main roads, which is 80 kilometers an hour and has speed cameras every 3.5 seconds. That drives you mad. And also because the lane keeping and so forth isn't connected to the car, it doesn't know that you've indicated. So you'd really only switch those on the highway and be prepared for it to bing every single time you make a turn or cross a line or whatever. Now you can see on the Navman, all it's displaying is the speed and the time. What it displays you can change in the settings. And also don't forget to format your card. So to round up, the Navman PRO4K is Navman's newest addition to the range. It fits flush against the windscreen. It won't suit people who want to go from car to car. So if you have a lot of rental cars or whatever, it's not the camera for you. You want something with a suction cup. I have tested cheaper, no nonsense, bottom of the range Chinese cameras. And to be honest with you, they're actually pretty good. But this has 4K imaging, powerful sensors, fast reading and writing, emergency recording, and it will even do parking if you have the parking box installed. So you're able to monitor your car. Now that will only give you, I understand, about 24 hours recording. You can see number plates, which is the most important thing, and I did notice in the footage that I could actually even make out faces, which was impressive. As always, hit like, leave a comment, and just over there to subscribe.